Hi everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at the blank RDA. This is by Asmodus. It's a 24 millimeter RDA single coil, really nice to build on, and it comes in a number of colors. I actually have the rainbow, and tell me that is not a sexy freaking rainbow. So let's go ahead and go down before I give anything away because I've got some things to show you, and then we'll come back up, pros and cons, and we'll have a vape. So let's go down and look at the Asmodus Blink RDA. It's such a blinking RDA, isn't it? It's blinking beautiful. Okay, so here we are with the Blink RDA. This is by Asmodus. This is the packaging that it comes in. This is pretty much how they come when they have the RDAs. The kit inclusions are right here. It's got a warning. This will tell you what color it is. Mine is actually in rainbow. It's got the little iridescent color to show you that it's rainbow. Otherwise, it'll have a different color on it. And then you open it up. Inside, you're going to get some coils. These are actually Oni coils. They're triple fused, 0.2 ohms each, 26 gauge by 31 by 38. So those are the coils that it comes in, and they do give you two. You'll also get some O-rings of regular 510 pin because the squonk pin is actually already installed, and some extra grub screws and some O-rings. You're also going to be getting two Allen keys. One is to actually build your coils for the build deck, and then one is to remove 510 pin. And then you're going to get your instruction booklet. And I absolutely love their instruction booklets because they always happen to give you pictures. I love pictures. So this is really good, especially for somebody new. This would probably be really good. It's going to tell you what the parameters of it are, or the size of it, 24 by 33 millimeter. It tells you what's included. It tells you how to take it apart. Inside, which I'm going to be showing you, is this internal adjustable airflow heat sink. I definitely want to show you that. It's really nice. Always know your Ohm's law whenever you're doing any type of builds. And then, of course, the beautiful RDA. Look at this. This is an absolutely beautiful, shiny rainbow RDA. If you notice on this side, it's got the Asmodus logo. On this side, it's got the Asmodus logo. You've got an 810 drip tip. It's actually the one with the O-ring on it. So there's no O-ring here. It's on the drip tip itself. I really wish it was a standard 810 drip tip. It would have made it absolutely perfect, but it does have the O-ring. It doesn't slide around. It's really nice and sturdy, so I do like that. These cutouts right here are actually your airflow. It is a top airflow RDA. This, by the way, is a single coil RDA, which we'll be going over. On the bottom, you do have your squonk pin installed. It is hybrid safe. It does have your negative screw there, Asmodus, and then this is, of course, the blank RDA, so it shows it there. And then you can open it up. I love this rainbow color. Okay, and when you open it up, on the inside, this is the part I was dying to show you. On the inside, this is actually where that peak insulator or that adjustable airflow the heat sink is. This right here is for your airflow, so that it'll actually come in here and come out that way. And then it's got these two additional holes. Those holes are actually the plug holes. It's gonna like plug into place. It's sort of like a locking mechanism, but instead of it being on the deck, it's actually on the top, which I really like. So right here, you can actually see, if I zoom in a little bit, let me zoom in there. Okay, you can actually see a little nub right here. It's like a little raised area and a raised area here. Those fit absolutely perfectly right in there and right in there. And that locks it into place so that when you're turning your top cap to adjust your airflow, you don't have to worry about it because it is one piece. So I do like that. It doesn't really have a conical design, but I'm gonna show you something else. So this is really cool. So this is the build deck. It does have the squonk pin in it. It doesn't come already installed. You do have to put the squonk pin in yourself. I actually have the regular one there. I did forget to mention that. But what happens is that the airflow is gonna come in from the top, like I showed you from the top cap, but it comes in from the top and it's actually gonna come out the side right underneath your coil. So that is actually gonna get you sort of like a bottom airflow, but top airflow. It's really nice. I just have to say that because it's crazy the way that works. So it's coming down and it's gonna hit your coils right at the bottom, which I think is just great. So it's coming down like this and it's gonna hit it right in there. Another thing is that it's got a pretty nice size juice well. It's not too deep, but it's a nice size, especially for squonking. I think this RDA actually thrives squonking, and I'm going to be showing you why, you know, further into the video. Now with the squonk pin installed, you're going to have a hole here and a hole here so that your e-liquid actually evenly disperses, so you don't have to worry about that. And then of course, these are where you would actually unscrew the post. When you do, this is actually going to open up, and it does have that lip on it. I don't know if you can see it right there, but there's that lip to hold your coil leg right in place. And of course, you've got the 2 O-rings on the outside. So, which this has got perfect tolerance. It really does. And you just turn it a little bit and it'll lock into place once it finds those little holes. Let's see, where's my little hole? There it is. Okay. And it'll lock right into place, and there you go. It's locked into place. Look at that. I absolutely love that part about it. So let's go ahead and put a build on this. And for today's coils, I'm actually going to be using a fused coil from Coil Clout. These are the only ones that I use. These are actually made of nichrome 80. My fused Claptons. I've also got aliens and other things like that. You can go to coilclout.com and use the code Wendy. You actually get 10% off of anything on the website. And they also have tools and things like that. So if you are looking for like your first RDA, this would probably be a good deal for you. To get into here, all you need to do is just go ahead and unscrew it. When you do, you see how it lifted up there. So now it's got a space for you to actually put in your coil leg. So I'm just gonna do that and then do this side as well. And you see how it's lifting? It just lifts right off. Really, really easy. And being that this is a single coil, it's gonna make it even easier to place. So what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and put it on my screwdriver, because that's just the way I do things. And I'm just gonna put one leg in here and one leg in here, and it's literally gonna slide right in there and slide right in there. I am gonna leave my screwdriver here just to show you that this is the, like, especially if you're kind of new to building, you definitely wanna put something in there just to hold it into place. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the Allen key and tighten down the first leg. There we go. And then I'll come around and I can loosen this up and go ahead and do the second. I always pull that second one in. There we go. Get that right in place like that. And then there we are. So I'm actually gonna lift it up because I do want it where the airflow is actually gonna reach the bottom of the coil. So as I mentioned, the airflow is actually coming in from right there. So I do wanna raise it up some. And all you need to do is just put your little tool in there and raise it up, and then it'll go. And yeah, the airflow is actually going to come in and hit the bottom. I'm going to raise it up just a little tiny bit more. There we go. And I want it kind of lined up with this top here. So that's perfect. The airflow is definitely going to hit on the bottom right there. So now all we need to do is go ahead and cut our leads. And with this RDA, you can actually clip it really, really close right there. There we go. See, it's nice and close. Make sure that you don't let that be too long, because if that touches the top cap, you will get a short. So you definitely want to make sure that you're cutting it flush to the deck. See, there you go. Flush to the deck. And then the next thing we need to do is just go ahead and start dry burning our coil. Let's go ahead and start pulsing our coils. You do want to use some ceramic tweezers when you're doing this part. I've actually got my new ones here, so I'm going to actually use these, where you can actually strum your coils or you can pinch them. Don't ever use metal, because you can actually create a short, especially if you're pressing on your fire button at the same time that you're actually trying to heat up your coils and strumming. So you don't want to do that. And then you can go ahead and pinch the coils like this. Sometimes that helps it. See, it's getting all those hot spots out. That's what those little lightning bolt things are, is hot spots. You definitely need to get all the hot spots out and have it heating evenly from the inside out. So just a few more. Strum it just a little bit. There we go. You see how that's nice? Absolutely beautiful. So now I'm going to go ahead and get some cotton. Look at those coils. That's what I'm talking about. That's absolute perfection. So for the cotton, I'm actually going to be using my Kendo Vape Cotton Gold Edition. This is absolutely my favorite cotton. Kind of roll it up. And then it's so easy to build and wick this. It's insane. There we go. Just pull that through. There we go. And then what I like to do is always fluff out my cotton. That's just something I do. You don't want to thin it out, but you do want to just make it fluffy, because I feel like it actually picks up the juice a lot better when it's fluffy on the bottom I'm just gonna pull this through a little bit more. There we go. And then we're gonna cut it, and I'm gonna cut it right about here, which is basically to the bottom of the deck. If you're doing measurements, there we go. Sometimes that helps. And then I'm just gonna get my little pointy tweezers right here, and I'm just gonna lay it right in there, like that. And then lay this one in there, just like that. Oops, if I'm in view, lay that one in there, just like that. Okay, so that's it. That's as easy as it is. This is like one of the easier build decks, especially being that it is a single coil. Really, really easy. And then let me go ahead and squonk so that you can see the squonking come up. You see it? Look at that. Now, being that it's top airflow and you're squonking, even if it goes right into the airflow here, it's not coming up. This is almost leak proof, in my opinion. I'm absolutely loving this. I'm an over squonker. I'm an over dripper. For me, this thrives as a squonker, but for those of you that love dripping, this is another RDA that just, it just thrives. So I just hate wispy. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is just help it along and just get it the rest of the way saturated. I always do this for the first time whenever I'm doing any type of coils, because I like to make sure that the cotton within the coil is getting saturated. So I just put some on the coil and then press the fire button. This way, all the cotton on the inside is also wet and you're not gonna have any type of dry hits or anything like that. And see how it comes right out? Like it'll start coming out the sides. There we go. Oops. And then that's the only way that it's gonna leak is if you over drip, which I always do. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, yeah. Go ahead and help it along right here. Right here, that's just my way. I hate when I have wispies. That drives me nuts. All right, so that's it. So let's go ahead and put this top cap on. Again, it's got the little notches in there, so you do want to make sure that those notches are lined up with this, or you can just put it on and just turn it until it clicks into place. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on, and it's turned. And yeah, so that's it. That's the Asmodus Blank RDA. So let's go on top, have a vape, pros and cons. Okay, so here we are back on top with the Blank RDA by Asmodus. And before anything, I'm gonna go ahead and have a vape, and I gotta show you. Absolute cloudage, absolute airflow, absolute flavor. This RDA, to me, as I mentioned below, shines and thrives as a squonking RDA. I love the fact that you can squonk it. I'm going right into pros. There's really virtually no way to make this leak because your airflow is right on top. It's just an air everywhere. It's just air everywhere. Absolutely beautiful. Building on this was just so amazing. I've had so many requests, especially on my live stream, of what's a good RDA for a beginner? This one. What's a good RDA for somebody who needs one for squonking? This one. I'm absolutely loving this RDA. I'm very particular. If you know me at all and you've been to my channel before, you know me. I'm very particular on my RDAs that I use for dripping versus squonking. I know a lot of people will use it both ways, but I'm very particular that way. There's some that I just like dripping in, and then there's some that are just for squonking for me. This is definitely a squonking RDA. I absolutely love the flavor. I love the airflow. It's a single coil. It's got plenty of room. It's virtually leak proof. The color is absolutely beautiful. I love the locking feature that they put in that peak insulator that's in there. Another huge pro. The airflow goes in from the top and comes out right underneath your coil. If you raise up the coil like I showed you, where it's just about lined with the top, your flavor for days. I promise you. I would love to see your comments down below when you see this. Absolutely beautiful. I really have, it's beautiful. Now, what I'm going to do is cut down the airflow a little bit just for you. Now, for some, it might be a little bit turbulent. It might be a little bit loud. I'm used to louder type of vapes, I guess, because to me, I don't really hear it, but some might consider it to be a little bit loud. To me, it sounds like every other RDA. That's me personally, but yeah, that's it. Love, love, love this airflow. Love the colors. Love, I don't know, this airflow is crazy. Now, the airflow is on a track. So there's only so far that you can turn it either way. It's going to have hard stops on both sides. So I do want to mention that. But you can literally cut it down. All you got to do is turn this. Turn it. And it's locked into place because of those little plugs that were there. It just locked. It's so easy. It's like 2 pieces. I love that. So you can actually close it and open it. And I'm going to go ahead and close it down halfway. I don't know how good you're going to see that. Can you see it? It's closed down halfway. Oh my God, the flavor intensifies even more the more you close it down. So if you're looking for an RDA that is for flavor, this is it. If you're looking for an RDA with airflow, this is it. You can also restrict the airflow. I can restrict it a little bit more if I want to. Here, I'll restrict it. It's really, really, really tiny hole open. Airflow for days. Absolutely. Airflow and flavor for days. Even restricted, you're still getting a really nice, smooth. To me, it's smooth. To me, it's, and when I say smooth, I mean like, you can feel it just going around. You can feel it like hitting every single side of the walls. It's really, really nice. I really like this. This is definitely one of my top favorite squonking RDAs. But okay. There are some cons. There's always got to be some cons, right? There are a few cons, but they're not cons that would keep me from purchasing this, okay? The first one is going to be the drip tip. The drip tip is an 810 drip tip, but it's not 810 Goon style compatible. That to me, kind of a con, because now I can't switch out my drip tips. I have to have it specially made with the O-ring. So that to me is pretty much like the biggest con that I have. A subjective con would be being that you can cut down that airflow, and it is a single coil, and it's good for newer vapors or newer builders, you know, that are getting their first RDAs. I think that it should have come with a 510 drip tip adapter. I think that would have actually made this perfect, because then it would have everything you need in it. But other than that, I have no other cons. It's absolutely a wonderful RDA. I'm so pleased with this art. You have no idea. Like I have been stuck on one RDA for squonking for so long, and this one has come up there with it. It really has. As a matter of fact, I want to say that the airflow is even just a little bit better. I mean, the flavor is just a little bit better. I love the looks of it. I think that it's got such a sexy look to it. For some, having the logo on both sides might be a subjective con. For me, it's just so beautiful that I don't even care. Honestly, I can put this on my green one. I can put this on my purple one. I can put it on anything. This rainbow is to die for. They do have solid colors such as stainless steel. They've got black. They've got gold. They've got some other colors. But this rainbow is like my favorite. So yeah, so now I'm gushing. Now, I was sent this for the purpose of this review. It does not skew my opinion whatsoever. If you know me, you know with my enthusiasm how much I absolutely love this RDA. This is definitely one of the top favorites of mine for squonking. Dripping, it's not a bad RDA for dripping. It's just that I like my squonking RDAs, and then I like my dripping RDAs. So for those of you that like dripping, you might want to, you know, try it as a dripper. I personally just love it squonking. And you can't over squonk. You can't leak. Like, come on, like I'm squonking the hell out of this. I can't leak. Now, if you over squonk, you will get maybe some like gurgling, and you know, you'll have to dry up the vape by vaping through it a little bit. It's going to be a really, really wet vape. But other than that, you're not going to be, you know, you have no leaking. There's no way to leak. It's top airflow that feels and vapes like a bottom airflow. The flavor is like a bottom airflow. I'm getting, for me, the flavor is like a 9.5. 9 3/4. 9 3/4. Almost a 10. It really is. It's that good. So yeah, so I can't go on anymore. This video will be forever. So I'm going to let you go. I do want to mention, again, this is great for new beginners even. I love this RDA. I think you noticed that. Love it. Yeah. So that's it for my review. You can go ahead and Google it. Unfortunately, I cannot leave any links. You can check it out. I think that my V Pro has it. I do have some links on my Facebook page, on my Facebook, Wendy Vapes Facebook. If you want to go over there and look at some links, that's fine. All my social media links are down below, as well as my website, wendyvapesreview.com, and that's where you can find some information as well. So yeah, so I will see you in the next one. Yeah, this is made for me. Talk to you later. Bye.